Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're live and on the air. It's Wednesday night. It's time for Inside the Headset. We're going to bring a new coach on. We're going to talk to the head coach of the LaVergne Wolverines, head coach Chris Johnson. How you doing tonight, Chris?
I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. And thank you for joining us. This is the first time you've been on, and you did real good. We got you on the air, so that's the most important thing, and you answered the phone. Uh, starting off, LaVergne Wolverines. Talk to us a little bit first. Let's give a little bit of background to the fans. You're the new LaVergne Wolverine head football coach and new to Region 3 6A. But how did you get to LaVergne? How was your trek? Where did you play high school and kind of pick it up there? And have you always been around Rutherford County? And I'll let you talk.
Yeah, well, I came here in 1999 to play football at MTSU, and I got in and I graduated from MTSU, played there. We were the first D1 class under Andy McCullum, and I got in and got my degree, and I got married, and I stayed around in the community. And I actually started pastoring here in the Murfreesboro area, and so, but I always um, had a desire to coach and teach. And just recently, probably about 4 years ago, I saw Dr. Hatchett at a basketball game, and she asked me if I wanted to get back into teaching and coaching, and I said yeah. And she told me there was a couple of positions open, and I came here at LaVergne, and she asked me if I wanted to coach. She printed off my resume, and I said, well, looks like, you already have things rolling with football. And I said, is there anything else I could coach? And at the time, the track team had an opening, and so I started coaching track. And I've been coaching track and field here for the past 3 years. And we've been to the state tournament out of those 3 years, three times out of the past 4 years. And so that was I didn't know I was kind of building my resume there a little bit. And there was a vacancy that popped open with football. She asked me if I was interested, and I said very. And, she offered it to me, and I took it.
So now that this is your first head football coaching job, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your first head football coaching job, and you swallowed you swallowed everything you could. First off, you're playing in the what we call and we think is the toughest region in the state of Tennessee in 6A, and that Region 3. I mean, you got to go through a gauntlet. It's been a long time since LaVergne's won a football game. Can you please share with the audience the last time that LaVergne won a football game?
Well, I do know it was 2 years ago. It wasn't last season, but it was the season before last. They had won a game during that season. They didn't win any games last year, but they were in a lot of close games last year.
Most definitely.
Um, and yeah, it is definitely a tough region. But I was sharing this with someone else. It's not just tough for us. It's tough for everybody in the region, and so we have an opportunity to come and showcase our guys and the hard work that they've been putting in, and so that's what I really feel good about is everybody's got a tough road, and so we get to go out there and compete.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's the biggest thing? I was talking to a coach earlier, and I won't say what team, but I'm sure maybe some of them can try to figure it out. But I was talking to a coach and having a conversation with him. I said, "What's the biggest thing keeping you up at night?" And he said, "Parents." Parents that want their kids to get on the field immediately and play, and they don't have any daggone experience, Stork. And we got to see what we got. We got to see, and some kids are going to get a chance. But right now, I've spent a lot of time with their child the last month watching them in football, and they need a lot more. They got a lot more work before they can get them on the field, and their parents think they need to be on the field tomorrow. That they're going that magic, and just because you're on the field, you're going to get better. It doesn't work that way. You got to do your off time before you get out there. Isn't that right, Coach?
Yeah, well, I guess one of the advantages we have in that aspect is, coming off of a 0-10 season and just trying to reestablish, a winning culture and build a new culture. We've really had huge amount of support from our parents. I've not really had those kind of issues with our parents. Our
Great,
parents
great.
they yeah, our parents understand what we're up against, and we're all in this together. I've seen the community rally together, the school has rallied together, and I think in the LaVergne community, everyone's just excited about our possibility here.
Absolutely, and you got it. You got a good non-conference schedule. You know your conference schedule, region schedule is going to be tough, but you open with Franklin, and I feel good about that game Friday night. I think the first win for the head coach Chris Johnson may be his first game, and I really believe that will happen Friday night for the LaVergne Wolverines as you host them at home.
Well, we have a real good Franklin team coming in here. They're very well coached, and I think I've read somewhere where they got them ranked number 19 in the state, or at least in the Middle Tennessee area. And so we do understand that this is a team that's going to be disciplined. They're going to play hard, but we've been working extremely hard. Our numbers have been consistent all summer long. We've got one of the largest freshman classes I've heard that they've had in times recent. So we've got about 38 freshmen, which is a
Great.
huge class for our Laverne team, and our upperclassmen, our seniors are extremely excited about this season. So yeah, I really really feel good about. We of course approach every game as if we're going to win, but I really feel good about the work our guys have put in, and I can't wait to get out on the field and really showcase to our fans, our parents, our school, our student body, what we've been doing all summer long, and that's just been working hard, one foot in front of the other, and trying to get better as a team.
What do you you're excited about playing in this region, playing Friday nights, and just getting out there? What have you heard? I mean, have you even in the off time was you going to any other high school games if you were going in the past? Was you always going to Laverne, or what high school game would you go out and see?
Yeah, I mean, I still have, I've got godsons, and I've got,
Okay,
people I consider nephews that are still playing at other schools. I went, watched the Blackman Franklin game, and we played both of those opponents, and we went and watched Riverdale play. Coach Kreisky who's been nothing but phenomenal to me as a first year head coach. Coach Kreisky has helped me out tremendously. Coach Floyd Walker over at Eagleville, has been a huge help, and so we've traveled around and watched some scrimmages and some games, and we also did some 7-on-7s against some teams this summer, and so we've traveled around and familiarized ourselves with the teams we're going to have to play, as I'm pretty sure they did with other teams, and so I really, really like that we have to come into a region that has had a history of winning. Because if this is the standard of Rutherford County football, I don't want to run from it. I want our guys to play up to the level, and I don't want to deviate from what it takes to be included in this region.
what a great thing. Well, Coach, we appreciate you being on Inside the Headset and everything. We wish you the best of luck. You are on the schedule. We do have you. You'll be visiting Blackman, I think it is, and we got your team, so we will get to see the LaVergne Wolverines. But thrilled to have you on the show. We had a little technical difficulty earlier. We lost internet, but we jumped back on, and it's you're in a fraternity of coaches I take a lot of heart with. Coach Rankin, he's going for win 499 Friday night. We've got a coach we talked to
Wow.
in Alabama, and we talked to Coach Philip Shedd Owens earlier. I talked to Coach McDaniel, and we talked to Coach Rodney Salisbury from Memphis Whitehaven. So we get a little bit of flavor. We did lose a few last year, but we were glad to add you, and we welcome you to the fraternity, and we wish you the best of luck this fall, and we're going to stay right with you, and we're going to follow the LaVergne Wolverines.
Thank you so much. L's up.
All righty. Take care, and have a good luck Friday night, and go Wolverines.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.